Carl,
Yes.
come on. I know you've got the vaccine in your pocket there.
Okay.
Give me the vaccine. I need to book
I wanna go.
a trip to Turkey.
I really want to go. All
Where's
I
the
can
vaccine?
say is Inan Yilmaz.
What does that mean?
Incredible, I think. I hope so. We'll find out soon enough. Or can I just say spas? But either way, I know that, Zoe actually went to Cappadocia not too long ago. And all she could talk about was Cappadocia, Cappadocia, Cappadocia. And there's got to be a reason as to why. That was the only sort of element of our conversation.
Well, I mean, it's a region in the heart of Turkey, loved by tourists who go there for its dramatic chimney pot rock formations and fairy tale scenery. You feel like you're in a fairy tale when you're there. And I haven't been there, but I've seen some pictures. But one of the most awe-inspiring sights has to be Cappadocia caves, right?
Exactly.
Which Zoe couldn't stop talking about.
We have to find out why.
Let's see.
Let's find out.
As Zoe's adventure in Turkey continues, she now makes her way to Cappadocia in central Anatolia.
Cappadocia is a short 1-hour flight from Istanbul, and within a flash it feels like you've been transported to a different planet. I have never seen architecture or a landscape like that before, and I think that is the whole aesthetic about the Cappadocia architecture, is the caves, the fairy chimneys. The stone is so unique and so different. They incorporate it everywhere, and that's exactly what you see when you enter Cappadocia. Oh wow, I feel like I've been transported to a magical subterranean world. Just looking around at all of the tourists, I can only imagine what life must have been like thousands of years ago. Our guide, Mustafa, was this beautiful tanned man, and he showed us around. First off, he took us to the iconic fairy chimneys.
Millions of years ago, volcanic eruptions blanketed the region with thick ash, which solidified into soft rocks. The chimneys are what's left of that rock after centuries of erosion.
What's the story behind the name Fairy Chimneys?
It's a legend, of course. First of all, Assyrian merchants, while ruling in Cappadocia about trade, they were traveling with donkey and camel caravans. So when they were here, they were seeing lights in the fairy chimneys in the caves and thought about it. Who can live inside? Only fairies. Okay, let's get it, fairy chimney.
Woo, looks a little steep. Ha, this is a recipe for disaster. I think I'm going to try an easier chimney to climb.
Also in Cappadocia is an open-air museum which contains a splendid cluster of rock-cut churches featuring beautiful Byzantine artistry and history.
We also paid the Gourmet Open Air Museum a visit. It is a UNESCO World Heritage Site.
The churches were carved out by the monks from 900 to 1200 AD and also boasts beautiful frescoes.
Everything I saw inside those caves were carved out by hand. To think I was able to see paintings that were painted thousands of years ago, but still look in such pristine condition. I've noticed that the pigmentation on the paintings are well preserved.
Because of no windows and no flash and no humidity inside. That's the main object, because in the caves, all the time it's humidity, but in the dark church, no humidity, as you feel.
The great thing about this is that many generations to come will also be able to experience what I experienced.
This area also has an interesting history. When enemy armies overtook the plains, villagers would find refuge in a fortress, which is the tallest peak in the region, Uçusa Castle.
This region served as a thoroughfare between Europe and Asia for traders and armies alike. When danger approached, locals would light a fire on top of that natural rock formation known as Uçusa Castle. This beacon served as a signal to be on alert or go into hiding.
The ancient Cappadocians were pretty smart in protecting themselves with tunnels leading to Uçusa Castle for safety, but also by hiding out in underground cities.
While fairy chimneys and natural castles dot Cappadocia's landscape, deep beneath these plains lie ancient underground cities.
There are around 36 underground cities in Cappadocia. Makli is considered one of the widest cities and has been a tourist attraction since 1964.
It blew my mind. My first expectation was it's going to be small, we're going to have to crawl the entire way, but in fact I was genuinely surprised to see how big and spacious each room was within the city. Look at this. currently at the crossroads where each of these different tunnels take you to any of the 9 floors in this underground city. It has a capacity for 5,000 people.
In keeping with the lifestyle of that time, this underground city even had a subterranean church and a stable.
I'm standing in one of the 4 wineries, and to think that the underground city only had 1 kitchen, yet 4 places for wines. Some even lived here for up to 11 months.
This underground city is visited by over 1 million people every year, and because there are no original markings or inscriptions, Keimakli still holds some mysteries.
It is so big, I can now understand how 5,000 people managed to stay down there. I spent a good hour there and I was ready to see some sunlight again.
Back above ground, staying in Cappadocia means experiencing very interesting accommodation in the area that gives a taste of local life.
Accommodation in Cappadocia is really exciting. I'm staying in the beautiful Yunak Evlery Hotel, where the most unique thing about the rooms are that they are caves carved out from the rock.
It took 4 years to restore the 19th century Greek mansion, 7 cave houses and 40 cave rooms that date back to the 5th and 6th centuries, which make up the hotel property.
Cappadocia is an incredible place. To think that the cave started out as a place of education with the scholars actually living inside them. For me, this has also been an educational experience as well as a breathtaking one, something I hope you get to experience too.
I'm lost, I'm enchanted. There's no doubt that Cappadocia has some incredible sights, but for the most captivating view of the region, it's all in all its glory. There's actually a hot air balloon trip, and this is actually one of the things that Zoe's chatted about all the time.
It's definitely one of those items you've got to tick off your bucket list. If you're going to go to Turkey, you have to do that. I mean, you can really enjoy a balloon trip in Cappadocia nearly all year round. About 250 flying days, that's almost the entire year. And alongside summer and spring trips, a winter flight is also possible. It's a big experience, and it's rich in that, and culture and history and all of that. And then they've got the snow-covered chimney stacks that I think are actually a sight to behold, let's be honest.
It is indeed. And I mean, those balloon trips, they're not for those with like a strong fear of heights. I mean, since Boston
you wouldn't survive there.
High, and it's like 3,000 meters.
No, you wouldn't survive.
Oh, but I would be fine with that, though. The wind might blow my hair, but I'll be okay. And you actually can travel up to speeds of about 20 kilometers per hour. So literally, it's majestic, it's beautiful. And I get why Zoe, in that week in Cappadocia, could actually one day she said, instead of call Cappadocia, she called me that. So
wow, that is fantastic. Well, stay tuned because we still have incredible Turkish performances, recipes as well coming your way as we continue to explore and experience and express all of the incredible stuff that Turkey has to offer.
Spas.